Hello everyone. Today I will bring you a small corner of Hong Kong in the 80s, through the movie, My Prince Edward. Golden Plaza was the biggest supermarket, selling wedding products in Hong Kong. Since the 80s, this place had become a must-visit place, before people getting married. Chung was an employee here. She was an ordinary woman. But she had a very big secret. She had been married for 10 years. But she also had a boyfriend. Up to the day he proposed to her. They had been together for 7 years and 8 months. Chung must have been happy. But now she couldn't be happy. Because in her marriage history, her husband was a man she didn't know. It turned out 10 years ago, Chung was struggling to pay her rent, making fake marriage procedures with a man. Through an intermediary. But that intermediary broke the law. So they were arrested and disappeared. This fake marriage had been put on hold for 10 years. Until recently, Edward began to discuss marriage with her. She was worried. The Civil Affairs Bureau told her, if she couldn't find Mr. Young, unilaterally divorce, it would take about 2 years to get a divorce. This made her extremely sad. Because she knew Edward would be very sad. The next day she went to deliver things. But her mind was messy, seeing a small turtle turned upside down in the aquarium. She quickly turned it over. But the owner wanted to sell it to her for 45 yuan. She didn't want to buy, just kindly helped it. Furthermore, the turtle picked up. Was not the other one who was turned upside down. If it was someone else, they would certainly refuse. So she brought it home, didn't argue with him anymore. Going back to her boyfriend Edward, he saw her wearing an off-shoulder shirt, then he fixed it. If the pants were too short, he threw them away. Not responding to his messages within a minute, he went crazy. Facing with this behavior of her boyfriend, Chung though in his heart was not happy. But in the end, still chose to accept. She was kind and obedient to her boyfriend. But with the fake marriage, she also posted the news on finding people in the newspaper, and that was the only thing she could do, to marry her real husband. But unexpectedly this way that she considered ineffective, helped her find the fake husband. It turned out that she was not alone. But he was also looking for her. It had been 10 years, and his one-way license hadn't been finished. Yang hoped Chung would help him quickly, get a one-way license. Once holding the license in hand, he would immediately divorce. Chung also did not want to hold on for another minute. She decided to go home and asked if Edward can accept. They getting married after 2 years. She would never see this strange man again. That night Chung tried to ask her boyfriend. As a result, before she opened his mouth, she was stopped by the stench. He went to the toilet without closing the door, even complained. The house was already small. So it immediately smelled. After going to the toilet, he went to the sofa. Wearing a headset and playing a game console. Chung skillfully asked the date of the marriage. He tossed the zodiac calendar to her. She flipped it over and said that maybe they should marry in 2 years. Edward Said, his mother planned September next year. She felt very sad inside, but she could only keep quiet. She soon got to know, he is the one who obeyed his mother. His mother told him to marry then he marries, told him to give up alcohol then he quits alcohol. Told him to buy a small old house then he buys. Even his money must be given to his mother to keep. Chung really wanted to speak her opinion. But she still had to endure. She could not say how angry she was. She threw the pillow at him. Then Edward's mother let a stranger into the house. And didn't even knock on the door. She hated arbitrary things like this, so she went out. Along the way, she thought she could only work with Yang. To quickly help him get his one-way permit. Then everything could be solved. Yang was open-minded, seeing Chung agree to help him. Then put in her hand several thousand yuan. And didn't forget to tease. The biggest is 100 yuan, we don't use cash now anymore. If you don't have a WeChat wallet, I have no choice. Chung and Yang then quickly took a photo together. She wrote to him, pretended to be together. If all went well, it would be about 2 weeks for her to be able to complete the divorce proceedings. But everything didn't go well. When choosing the wedding dress, Chung put the marriage survey in her pocket. Edward discovered. He asked who Yang Shu-wei was, what paper it was. He screamed angrily. At night, saw that her boyfriend was still angry. Chung gently coaxed and explained, thought that the next day would be peaceful. Unexpectedly, just coming out of the room, Edward got jealous, swore at Chung. But then he hastily chased after her. Finally, he saw Chung's handsome and young fake husband. After a long argument, Chung and Yang left. She tried turning off the phone for the first time, to not receive messages from her boyfriend. She and Yang went to the civil police station, to inquire about the divorce procedures. Then Yang took her to his house. At night, Chung was woken up by the quarrel of him and his girlfriend. It turned out that someone, who always talked about freedom like Yang, also had some barriers. The next day, Chung came back to Hong Kong, to start preparing for marriage, making up with her boyfriend gradually. But Yang's text that night made Edward mad again. He shouted angrily, "You marry me and marry him, which game are you playing?" Chung in the end couldn't help anymore. "Which game am I playing? You and I have been together for so long, you are not sure to marry me. After you get to know him, you changed. I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be tied up in that Golden Plaza. I don't like you to manage what I wear." They argued loudly, screaming at each other, which had affected the neighbors. When they confronted with neighbors' complaints, they just kept quiet and apologized. Are they going to break up if they don't get married? This is probably a painful statement for couples. Divorce procedures were completed. It was not Yang's one-way paper finished, but he gave up. He decided to get married, because his girlfriend was pregnant. Watching him put the carton of milk in his luggage, Chung felt confused. She told Yang that, if she didn't love her boyfriend, but still married him, wouldn't it count as a fake marriage? When she got home, her turtle was also thrown away by Edward's mother. She got angry, opened the door, and left. Edward chased, hugged her to comfort her. She asked, "We'll all be like that in the future, won't we?" Edward sighed that yes, they would be so happy forever. Chung closed her eyes. The door in her heart was also closed. She was wearing a shirt that her boyfriend didn't let her wear, turned off the phone, got in the car, and went to Fuzhou. She brought back the money Yang gave her. He told her to guess if his girlfriend is pregnant with a boy or girl. Hadn't heard her guess, he already said it was a boy. She was also happy for him. Then she went into a noodle stall, eating and opening her phone. Not to see Edward's pile of angry messages, but to order the table that she had liked for a long time. Only now did she realize what true love is, what true freedom is, and what true happiness is. The movie ends here. According to you, should Chung marry Edward or not? Leave a comment below.